to be racing to meet you. Everyone knows this image of the colony. The bright life, the shopper's paradise, the city that never sleeps. Hong Kong is one of the world's great stopovers. It's on almost every airline schedule, barely a day's travel from down under. It's renowned as the place where tourists touch down for a day or two to take in the modern superlatives. The newest, the tallest, the cheapest, or the flashiest.
If it's glamour shopping you want, then Hong Kong is still Asia's consumer mecca. Anything you want at just about any price, you can get right here.
But Hong Kong is more than a mall. If you step outside the marble and glass for a minute, it doesn't take long to pick up something very different indeed.
This Hong Kong has hardly noticed the skyscrapers. Here in the heart of the Western District, people shop as they always have. And the further west you go, the closer you get to the east.
This thriving street life is what lies at the heart of Hong Kong, although not many tourists seem to find their way here. The Hong Kong Tourist Authority is hoping to change that with a special guide map and booklet that pilots you round the central and western districts of the city. But even without them, part of the pleasure is getting harmlessly lost. This is Manwha Lane, where the main industry is chop carving. A Chinese chop is a decorated stone stamp with your name engraved, and the chop carvers seem to be pretty good at translating English names into Chinese characters.
Hey, Lola.
That's right, that's what everyone calls me. Chops originated as signature stamps when huge sections of the population were illiterate. In the computer age, they're more popular as souvenirs of an ancient and delicate process, but it's a process that takes time.
Great, thank you.
These shops specialize in the very oriental art of drying food. There seems to be every kind of animal hung out to dry, and every kind of accompanying smell. Just down the road, the shelves of incense are a bit more pleasant. The product, too, is more spiritual. In shops like this, the Chinese prepare paper offerings to be burnt at funerals, model replicas of life, designed to accompany the spirit into the next world. For just 65 Hong Kong dollars, you can send your dear departed a ghetto blaster, a deluxe model air conditioning unit, or for the latest in accessories, a cellular phone. But if you want something a little more durable, the junk shops along the Western District's Hollywood Road cater for almost anything.
Oh, the barber.
For service. One time, 10 cents.
Yeah? Where can I find this man?
Finish. So other stuff.
What is a surprise here is that so little is altered. Even though Hong Kong faces a whole new future under Chinese rule after 1997, the old ways show no sign of changing. For every skyscraper, it seems, there's still an ancient temple like Man Mo.
Far from being a quaint tourist attraction, this, the oldest temple on Hong Kong Island, is still a living centre for many people's daily devotion.
Man Mo is the temple of both Man, the god of literature, and Mo, the god of war. Together they're seen as Hong Kong's patrons, celestial partners in both commerce and government. The prayers, the huge coils of incense, and the offerings flaming in the great braziers make for an almost daunting, dreamlike atmosphere. But for the locals, it's simply another matter-of-fact way of keeping the past alive. And if you want more of this kind of exploration at night, a short hop on the Star Ferry will take you to Kowloon and the famous night markets of the Yau Ma Tei district. There's food and fakes and just plain fun here until long into the night. And for those with a taste for it, some of the best curbside opera you'll hear anywhere. Of course, you can never really get away from the lights. But with their reflections dipping into the warm night across the harbour, well, who'd want to?
Is Xena Warrior.